Welcome back, everyone, to the Post Esports Masters. We're about to head on into Game 2 of the evening. Stabil taking on HitmonLi, 4th place against 5th place. And Stabil, they've kind of fallen from grace a little bit, Thana, because they were sitting relatively pretty in 3rd. They've just come off 2 back-to-back losses, and now they're not only looking like they're dropping out of the fight for 3rd place, but looking like they might be dropping into those relegation spots as well.
Yeah, definitely. That could happen, especially if HitmonLi, for example, now wins today. Then they have exactly the same score. So definitely a bad situation to be in if you are Stabil. So you need to win today, especially the 2 wins today, to maybe get back to snooze, maybe get back to ways and to not drop down too much in the standings. Let's just check out both lineups just quickly, because the game 2 is ready. There is a Stabil, of course, with Trigger Happy, with iMaxax, with Rampage GG, which we don't see right here, but he will play, of course, as the main ADC. And, of course, Slakers in the jungle and stuff. So we're really strong team, usually, but
you've got a little bit quiet for me, Thana. Yeah? Oh, hello again. I can hear you now. I don't know if you cut out as well for all of our viewers, or whether it was just a me issue, but hopefully Stabil have been looking decent. We've seen glimpses of brilliance from them. However, the team for HitmonLi, what a name! Yorick in the top lane.
Yeah, Bleibmanchi, Zedoku, Lublu, and the others. It's a really cool lineup, actually. It's the Luxembourgish squad, 5 Luxembourgish players here on the Post Esports Masters, which is definitely a cool thing to have. And they got their first win actually last week, so I'm hyped to see if they maybe can take down Stabil to maybe escape relegations. I mean, that could be definitely a big thing for them. So let's straight get back into Game 2 for you Rios, that we might see who wins in a couple of minutes.
We're waiting for the game. It does appear that there is a bit of a delay, so we'll keep on talking while the game does get pulled up. And speaking of the game, here we go.
We're in game.
Indeed, we are. So Stabil over on the blue side, HitmonLi over on the red side. A big game for Stabil. They've got 2 games today, and they really need to pick up the wins. If they get 2 losses today, that will really be throwing them out of the fight for the top 3, particularly if Snooze beat Red Lions in our 3rd
could
game
Regime
of the day.
maybe?
But we've got some feisty drafts. We've got a Zac top lane, we've got Bran jungle, we've got Tristana mid. And we've got Leona Seraphine bot lane as well.
Yeah, and Yasuo again, like we did see in last game. Could perfect. Thank you, Regi. It's Lubu actually now in the jungle. He and Stabil cool actually swap around every single game. So it's cool to see Lubu again on the jungle position, and especially this top lane Zac pick is really interesting. I really like top lane Zac, especially against bruisers. But Trundle is maybe a different type of bruiser, because he just will smack you.
I think the Trundle's quite a nice pick into the Zac, because Zac has so much health, the Trundle can really rip through it. And here comes the late invade for HitmonLi. Are they going to wait for 1 minute 30 and then just dive on into Slayers and Maxax?
That's probably the plan. There's no seal board.
They have, and now they'll see the other 2 members of HitmonLi as well. Maxax and Slakers then on the run. This is going to give a nice advantage to Lubu. If Lubu is going to take the blue buff, indeed he is, but Stabil are making their way back over.
Oh no, Lubu. He sticks around for too long. I don't know if he can contest it, actually. Oh no, I mean,
I don't know, who wins the level 1 out to the Kindred and a Brand?
Oh, he stops it. Oh no. That's so sad. And now Brand actually, when he finishes his wolves, he's level 2. So that's really dangerous actually now for Lubu.
So let's see then how this goes. Slakers has got level 2 and is now making his way up. what was a great start for HitmonLi is very quickly backfiring, and now Extenji is here as well. Level 2 on the Tristana, forced to flash out of the Pillar of Flame, but this is a lot of damage. Flash forward, first blood for the Tristana, and HitmonLi's plan completely backfires.
Yeah, they wanted a different outcome, but now they get first blood on Tristana, which is big for her actually. She's a lane bully, and with another kill, she actually can do stuff. And in the top lane, we already saw a little glimpse of this matchup with Trundle just running down the Zac on level 1 with Ghost. So pretty interesting and aggressive start actually from both sides right now.
Just an unfortunate mistake for Lubu, which has gone right them in the rear. And this is just Lubu on the run in a 1v2, forced to flash out of the Pillar of Flame, and then
who are level 2, so
easy.
He just has no abilities for that. He just has no chance to get out. In the end, even Burning Flash, but he cannot escape the Tristana jumps.
Well, 1-0 for Stabil. It's a perfect start for them. 1,000 gold ahead and a big CS advantage for Slakers. And Extenji, with this extra CS, now just look to bully BlytheMalG in the mid lane. Let's not forget though, BlytheMalG has been one of the consistent performers, I feel, for HitmonLi over the course of this season.
Yeah, he definitely, and he is this kind of assassin, aggressive mid lane, melee champion player enjoyer. He just likes those. He likes his Aurelia, Dark Kali, for example. So on the Yasuo, definitely really interesting, and I'm really hyped to see what he can do. I mean, he has a lot of knock-ups with the Zac, so later in team fights he can definitely do some work.
The top lane is duking it out for a bit, but let's talk a little bit about Slakers and Lubu and where we can really expect to see aggression, if any, because I look towards Lubu and I think, okay, you're on the Kindred, you're probably just going to be farming up, trying to get as many stacks as you can, but for Slakers, surely you want to be accelerating one of your lanes.
Yeah, definitely. As a brand, you have a pretty fast jungle clear, so you can get on the map quickly to then find some ganks, just fight some purges, and especially bot lane you have definitely some setup with the Alistar. Mid lane, Tristana always can just jump on Yasuo, so there are some slows, there are some opportunities there as well. So Slakers definitely has a winning top lane already, so he can just try to play around bot lane, just try to avoid maybe Kindred in the 1v1, and then just go for those objectives, because he has prior top lane, prior mid lane. With those two prior lanes, he can just play for crops, for example, and Trundle with crops definitely will take down your turrets in no time.
Yeah, we'll see how Maxax gets along in the top lane, getting a wave shoving in, as in the bottom lane, Sidokal gets the kill onto Trigger Happy, so a kill going back the way of HitmonLi, who half their gold deficit. Well, Pillar of Flame, the Seer, though, is stopped by the wind wall. BlytheMalG will be able to survive, but that's now a flashless Yasuo.
Yeah, I think after the stun did not connect, he might just could walk out, but in the end he just didn't want to risk it with this flash, so he just pressed it to get out there. Now he even uses his teleport just to get back onto the lane, and there we can see how big this brand in jungle can just take out those void crops. And with the top lane prior at the moment, Yorick often tries to contest it, but I don't know if he is strong enough. No, there's the cavalry. They even sent all 5 people top lane to at least secure one of them.
Yeah, so 2 void grubs picked up on the side of Stabil, 1 by HitmonLi, so nobody gets the empowered void grubs just yet. There is a Drake on the cards, but unable to be picked up by either side just yet, so it will just be Rampage picking up a tower plate or 2 for free in the bottom lane.
Yeah, and this bot lane matchup is pretty interesting because we see the Sudoku with a big CS discrepancy actually. So this Ezreal and Alistar do a big lead, do a big drop there in the bot lane, but of course they got killed, so some gold got back into the pockets. But still, it's interesting to see that Ezreal Alistar can actually bully out Seraphine in the lane.
Well, it is a very big CS lead as well for Rampage in the bottom lane, at 20 CS up ahead of Sidokal in the Ezreal against Seraphine matchup. And again, just seeing both sides just pushing waves towards each other. Both junglers as well on the bottom side of the map. So we could be seeing a play for Drake very shortly.
And there's Lakers in the bot line. Might look for something, but...
Here's another play then for Sidokul. Gets a knock towards a Rampage, and surely he's going to fall. The trample locks him down. It's a kill for Rampage, and 2 kills for Stabil. And more plays then towards the top side of the map. Maxx just going to get a nice Demolish proc onto the tower and then make his exit, whereas the rest of Stabil are on the bottom side of the map. They have started on the Drake. We'll see whether Ogna or Noom can turn this around. Rocket jump forward, looking for the kill onto Lubu. Very nice from Trigger Happy to keep BlytheMalG out of this fight, but they turn their focus now towards the Leona, towards the Yasuo. BlytheMalG gets 1 kick, kill on it to Denji, and they are looking for more. Trigger Happy knocks Ognat out of the blue buff pit, and it is 2 kills going the way of HitmonLi, and now it's Stabil looking to pull 1 back.
Yep, they tried to kill Trigger Happy here, and in the end, they should probably find him and should probably kill him. I mean, it's just an Alistar. He cannot kill you both. So Trigger Happy.
They want to give the kill over to Sidokul, and they will be able to do that.
Yeah. And with that, that was a winning teamfight actually for HitmonLi. And I'm really surprised how long BlytheMalG survived there. I mean, he actually just survived the 1v4 actually, and that after he got knocked away from Trigger Happy again and again. I mean, he's alone in 4 people, but he just does not take any damage, and Susana is really, really deep in there, just trying to insect Leona, but it's still a tank, and with that, there's not really much to do there, and then they can just run them down. The Rampage even needs to flash there, so well played by HitmonLi.
Very well played by HitmonLi. They are still almost 1,000 gold behind Stabil, who have the advantage. A lot of that coming from Maxx in the top lane. Nearly 40 CS ahead of Yorick Owens, and with a couple of power plates to his main as well.
Yeah, now they can just take down this dragon there as a little cross map play, because they know Lubu is on the top lane. With that, just another object goes to Stabil. And of course, with this top lane prio, I mean, just look at that 30 CS lead actually for Maxx. So that's a pretty huge CS lead. And I mean, Lubu as well, bot lane Rampage CS is 1 as well. So they are just ahead in CS, even though they are behind in kills. And that's why they have still gold lead.
Lubu now just stealing a few camps away from Slakers. Will be picking up a couple of stacks. I couldn't actually see how many stacks the Kindred has so far.
Yeah, maybe we see it later somehow, or Rigi will tell us that. Maybe she has 2 or 3 right now. Something like that in the early game. It's
2.
Actually 2, yeah. I know.
That's actually not too bad.
Oh, minute 10, I think it's totally fine. I know they even do the next set of Void Crabs, but there's a cross map play bot lane maybe.
Lakers looking for a potential catch with the Seer. Benji is making his way over the focus though onto the Leona. A 1v1 between mid laner and support, and Ognat will be able to survive, but was forced to use the ultimate. Sidokul also forced to use the flash.
Yeah, and meanwhile Lubu gets the free Void Crab, so it's 4-2 Void Crabs in favor of HitmonLi, which means they have plenty of pushing power if they need to, and Jochen at the moment tries to freeze this lane, and now there could be a bot lane play actually on the returning bot lane. Ooh.
Oh, they see it coming, but Trigger Happy flashes over the play from Sidokul. It's a beautiful catch by the side of Stabil, and it's another kill going their way.
He kinda knew about that, but in the end he's still dead, and then Leona is just a way too tanky to kill her there from 100 to 0. So at
40
least she
CS
survives.
lead though.
Yeah, I mean that's crazy, and it's just, I mean, Lee Sin, Alistar, it's not like they outpressure them.
Oh, that's a really good catch. The wind wall does not stop the Seer, and it's another kill going the way of a Stabil, who are now 4 kills to 4, but They are nearly 3,000 gold ahead of HitmonLi.
Yeah, and this pick with the sprint actually works out for them really, really well. It was the first pick on blue side, so it should working for them. And at the moment, Slakers does everything correct.
Well, XDenji. Oh, the Solar Flare is back up. I thought it was on cooldown. XDenji might have thought it was on cooldown as well. He rocket jumps away. The Ignite is ticking down. He wants to heal, but he can't heal in time. The Lamb's Respite will keep Lubu alive. Can Slakers potentially turn this? No, he can't. HitmonLi get another kill of their own.
Yeah, that's nice for Lubu, just surviving it, and in the end even killing Tristana there. And now Slakers might even get unweighted. But there are no more CS to grab.
Trigger happy engaging, but the rest of HitmonLi are here. Is there enough damage? Here comes Rampage. No, won't find many members with the True Shot Barrage. The turn onto Slakers. A kill for HitmonLi, and Stabil are on the run. Trigger happy has to sacrifice himself. 2 for HitmonLi, and the Zenith Blade will land, as does the Shield of Daybreak, but Blythe Malgi isn't in range to follow up. So HitmonLi can just take the 2, but end XDenji jumping forward, Lubu over the wall and out to safety.
He tried to stop the recoil, but in the end, after he uses his jump, he cannot jump over the wall again. So we will see the team fight bot lane again, and it was a really, really good Seraphine ultimate 2-man, but then they kind of focused. Trigger Happy was really unbeatable at this ultimate state, but then they just get the knock up on Slakers. So, and then with this flash on Trigger Happy for the slow, they actually get it.
Okay, stuff happened in the top lane. Sidokal has died. Yorick Owens still alive. So Stabil getting another kill. We're constantly seeing HitmonLi picking up these kills, and then Stabil get a few more kills of their own. Now it's a Rift Herald being started up in favor of Stabil. We'll see whether they can indeed secure the objective.
Oh, there's a botline teleport play from Sidokal, but meantime, 5MG probably dies.
And Rampage are forced to flash out the Solar Flare. And to be honest, this is what I expected to see more of. You've got a Seraphine, you've got an Ezreal. These are 2 champions that can farm very safely on their own. You'd be expecting to see the Alistar and Leona roaming a lot more than what we're currently seeing. And Trigger Happy is the first one who pulls off that roam, and he's the first one to make the roam successful.
Yeah, and it's just Trundle against Zac. Nobody really dies in this 1v1, but yeah, it's just 40 CS lead actually. And with the Herald, they even get the first turret now in the mid lane, played by Slakers. He drived it really well. And oh, what is Herald doing?
They're going to take. They didn't take the Herald. Oh, yeah. Nat, you had the eye.
Maybe they could have killed it a little bit faster, but in the end, no.
Trigger Happy is being a little bit trigger happy. Drake, though, secured for the side of Stabil. That's 2 Drakes their way, and we do have an Infernal Wrist. We'll see whether they can stack up the next 2 and pick up an early song.
Yeah, at the moment Stabil just gets every single object besides those 4 Void Crabs, and they just have the farm lead, so they're just scaling, they just get the objects. It's HitmonLi, even though they have a 1 kill more and they won some fights, there are just some kills, right? If you just get kill money, then it's just gold, but if the anime team just gets all the objectives, then they will actually win the game. So it's really important to get objectives after you win a team fight, because otherwise it's just gold, and if you have less farm, then this gold isn't even too much worth it.
3k gold lead though for the side of Stabil at the moment. It is HitmonLi with the kill lead, but we're getting to that point now where Sidokal starting to become strong. Almost got full stacks onto his Seraph's Embrace to turn it into... Actually, is it Archangel stuff that becomes Seraph's Embrace, or is it the other way around? Okay.
No, it's... I think Seraph's Embrace is the bigger one.
Yes. Little play here. Maxax going aggressive onto Yorick Owens. Now this is teleport coming through. A lot of tower damage, and it's a shutdown for Yorick Owens on the Zac. And all of a sudden, the goal lead gets that little bit smaller once again.
Yeah, that was a big one. PostTV even teleported for that, but in the end, it wasn't that necessary. But still, they just got another kill. But no objective left, so it's just 300 gold. Was a good play, indeed, but they can't really get something out of that.
And it's as you mentioned, even if you get the kills, if you don't have an objective to take after it, it's just a bit of pocket money going your way. It's nothing that substantial. And at the moment, it is Stabil who have the objectives, with the exception of one, which are the Void Grubs, HitmonLi having 4 of those, and Stabil just having 2.
And Rampage has 6 TCS lead in the bot lane. I mean, he's soon to be Flame Horizon, actually.
Yeah.
So that's really crazy. He has the perfect farm, so he just gets all the CS and will be really strong.
It's very high CS right now for Rampage GG, well over 10 CS per minute. And as you mentioned, looking towards that Flame Horizon. Trigger Happy though being caught out. This might be a kill for Lubu. Out comes the Encore. And Trigger Happy though able to use the ultimate to cancel the CC as XDenji gets a kill onto BlytheMalG, who I'm going to guess BlytheMalG looked for the play onto the Tristana and maybe took a couple of tower shots in the process.
Yeah, or might just be insected to the turret with just flash ult or something, flash jump ult. Who knows? Teleport play now.
Very aggressive teleport here from XDenji, who has just reset, does not have a flash available. However, members of HitmonLi have been caught out. Flash from Ognat stuns down XDenji. There's a Lamb's Respite, but I think they might all die. 2 will fall in favor of Stabil, who once again have the kill lead and now have a 5,000 gold lead as well.
Yeah, that's really insane in the end for Stabil. They actually really want to win this matchup, and even though kills are even, it's not even anymore. 5k after 90 minutes, that's actually a lot.
This is so much damage from Maxax, who's just running Yorick Owens down under tower. And that's a very small Zac who's jumping back in, trying to pick up a bit of health. Might actually be able to turn this, but no! The tower has fallen. Lubu is here. Maxax is surely going to fall. Indeed, he will. Well played by Yorick Owens.
And it's so crazy. I mean, he almost healed 600, 700 health there just by collecting his little plops. That's so freaking insane how much healing Zac actually has if he gets the time. And there it's the new teleport play from the Tristana, and in the end she even gets something out of that because they kinda dive it, and because HitmonLi kinda does not get out. They even try to flash in for the stun, but in the end they just stick too long in the Lamb's Respite, and with that they get baited and die in the end.
Yeah, nice final engage from Trigger Happy to stop them backing away once the Lamb's Respite did end. But right now, Rampage and XDenji are very strong. 2 items completed for the pair of them, almost full stacks on the Manamune for Rampage. And I know that is the Manamune that becomes the Mura mana once it is completed. And the goal lead continues to extend for the side of Stabil. We now have another Drake on the ref. This would take Stabil over to Soul Point if they are able to secure it.
Yeah, and that's the reason why HitmonLi at the moment tries to get it in time, but Slakers of course is there to maybe steal it, but they can't get into the pit, and now they got the teleport
coming in. Stabil want the play. XDenji from one side, the rest of Stabil coming in from the other. A lot of damage coming out here from the Tristana, and the jump is denied. Yorick Owens will fall, who will actually be given the kill. It will be Rampage. So just 1 kill for the side of Stabil. I think HitmonLi will be quite happy with how that turned out.
Yeah, I mean, it's just 1 kill for a Drake, which is a really good trade there for HitmonLi. But now, if they lose the turret, then it's actually not that good anymore. So at the moment, HitmonLi really struggles to find something in those situations.
Trigger Happy? A little bit crazy, and that tower gets absolutely exploded. Sedokal able to teleport in, Encore onto 3, but it doesn't matter. Sedokal absolutely obliterated. A Stabil, 21 minutes in, take the inhibitor. And they're almost looking for more, but they will make their retreat. I take it all back, Thana. That Drake was not worth it.
No, not after that. In the end, they lose so much. 2 turrets, an inhibitor, and that all just for 1 dragon. which is really good for Stabil. And I really like that Rampage actually now goes for the Frozen Heart, actually. I mean, he is so far ahead, he has so much CS and those 3 kills, but he knows that if he just survives against Kindred and Yasuo, he will just carry every single team fight, and those are the 2 real damage threats. They are pretty much full AD if you don't count those tanks or the Seraphine, so he knows the biggest damage threats are those 2 AD carries, and with that he just goes for the Frozen Heart.
Sudoku isn't even building AP. Going with the Staff of Flowing Water, going for more of a utility build to buff Lubu and HitmonLi here. So, you know, 90% of the damage is going to be AD, even though there is a little bit of AP from Yorick Owens and from Sudoku.
Yeah, and most times he will not get hit by Zac or by Leona anyway, because he will just jump out of the Arcane Shift if Zac tries to land on him. So I think it's a pretty smart decision here to not go for the full damage route, but to actually go for this one defensive item, because he is still strong enough and he has the lead to actually build it. So I really like the decision there by Rampage.
11 kills to 9, a 7,000 gold lead for the side of Stabil. Baron is up, that's going to be the next focus, and with this Tristana, Brand, Ezreal, they seem to be taking objectives super quickly.
Definitely, especially with this Tristana. I mean, the brand damage, the Liandris, the passive, the burns, it's just so much damage. And I think they can just start it out because I don't see a world where HitmonLi really wins a team fight right now, especially with Yasuo, with one of the big pieces missing. Now he teleports in.
They've started it, they're both teleporting in. Trigger happy, looking for one flank. We might be seeing XDenji looking for the other. True Shot Barrage will not find anyone. XDenji just going to push this wave in. Maxax down to half health. Yorick Owens are looking for a play. Will be able to find Slakers. The Encore lands onto Rampage GG. Sudoku gets 1 kill. They're looking for more. Slakers on the backline. Slakers able to get 1. Knocked out of the Lamb's Respite. XDenji popping off. And Stabil annihilate HitmonLi. 5 kills for 1. And they will take the Baron gladly.
Yeah, well played. It's just an almost clean ace. Maxax in the end dies, but it's just for the greater goods. They just get the Baron, they just get 5 kills. And with that, that's probably a game-winning lead right here, right now. And it all starts with this little engage by Yorick Owens there in the backline, but can get instantly ulted by Trundle. And then there's a big problem for Rampage GG that he gets focused there from the tank and he cannot really join the team fight. But in the meantime, XDenji just carries it together with Slakers, so they just did not need this Ezreal to win such a team fight.
And I was really confused at the start of it, because it seemed like it was really close, and then all of a sudden Stabil completely won it. Trigger happy into the backline took so much time of the carries of the likes of Lubu and Sudoku. And then, after that, Rampage GG was just absolutely untouched, firing away on the Ezreal. You can see he is almost 4,000 gold ahead of his ADC counterpart as Lubu looking for the play onto Maxax. There is no Ghost available for the Trundle, but he's able to use a Frozen Domain to run his way out to safety.
Yep, it's his own Ghost. He can just pop it with the cooldown is there, right? He's just really fast in this Frozen Domain. And in the meantime, at least there's this cross-map play by Stabil, so they see Lubu top lane and then they just instantly punish it with the Drake. It's their third Drake. So Soul Point got achieved, and now they can probably just play 1-4 or even 1-3-1. I think that XDenji will probably win the 1v1 against Yasuo.
I think XDenji at this point might win a 1v2. Has the Mortal Reminder as well, just to cut some of the healing of Yorick Owens and HitmonLi, and even some of the healing that Sudoku brings to the team as well. An inhibitor down in the mid lane. Stabil now look towards the top lane. True Shot Barrage will force Lubu out of this fight. The Encore will not land onto anyone. Yorick Owens diving on in. There's the last breath as well. It might be the last play for HitmonLi. There's a shutdown, but will it be enough? You got the Ezreal, but the Tristana is still alive. Stabil are still alive, and HitmonLi are all dead. A quadra kill for the Stabil mid laner. 5 for 1 once again, and Stabil will be taking their 3rd win in the post Esports Masters Division 1.
Well played, Stabil, beating HitmonLi in 27 minutes, and in the end getting close to the top again with now 3 wins, same as Snooze, so they have some chances now again and maybe dodge relegation with this victory, who knows. But of course we have 2 more matches coming up soon, and I think we go into a short break.